Welcome to week 3 of the OWL Fantasy Football League. This is your sports recap for week 3. What a great week it was, and I'll tell you why in a few minutes. Let's first go over the scores and go over the losers and the winners from week 3. The Vikings versus the Millennial Distress team. Millennial Distress came in undefeated, and the Vikings were winless. This was really, should have been a blowout in favor of Millennial Distress. But ladies and gentlemen, the Vikings have won a game. They whooped some ass. Literally, the biggest margin of victory for the week at 31 points. 138 to 107.4. Congratulations to the Vikings for their first win of the year and possibly their only win of the season. The next game is the Irish, who coming in was 2-0 and the number 1 ranked team, and they win against Team Elkhart 118 to 79. Team Elkhart falls to 1-2. And the Irish remains the only undefeated team in the league at 3-0. The next game, which was a very close game, the closest of the week. Team Chewy, who's had 2 heartbreaking losses, can now say he's had 3 heartbreaking losses. He lost to the Tampa Bay Devil Rays 121.6 to 113.7. Another single-digit loss for Team Chewy, who now falls to 0-3, and because the Vikings won, he is officially the worst team in the history of the One World Football League, Fantasy Football League, after 3 weeks. David Hopper and the Devil Rays improved to 2-1. So congratulations to the Devil Rays. Now the next game, which really was a toilet bowl. The Steel City 52, which they are obviously a Steeler fan team, and you suck because Steelers suck, against Team Jackson. Looked like it was going to be close. Ended up being a comfortable 13-point victory for Team Jackson at 108 to 95.7. Team Jackson improves to 2-1, while the Steel City 52 team falls to 1-2. And then the matchup of the week, the Browns versus the Cowboy Killers. This was an epic battle that had over 300 points between these two battling epically good teams. And I can't believe I'm saying Jason Inskeep's teams are good, but the numbers just don't lie. Jason was able to get 144.2 points, which would have been the most in the league for the week, except the Browns scored 158.4 points, a massive 14-point butt whooping. The Browns improved to 2-1, and the Cowboy Killers fall to 1-2. So it was a very entertaining week, and the teams that should have won. The teams that should have lost, they lost, and they're losers. Now let's take a look at the division standings after 3 weeks. In the West, Team Irish is number 1 at 3-0. Millennial Distress is second place at 2-1. Steel City is at third place with 1 win and 2 losses. And Team Chewy is living in the gutter, living in the basement at 0-3. Now we move to the East, the best division in the league, obviously. And you have on top of that division a 3-way tie for first, with the Browns, the Devil Rays, and Team Jackson all coming in at 2-1. And the bottom 3 teams in the East are the Cowboy Killers, the Vikings, and Team Elkhart, which Elkhart, you really need to have a team name because your last name's just kind of loony and weird. And they are all 3 at 1-2. So what we did was, we by the measurings tool is how many points have you scored in 3 weeks of action. And those teams we ranked from 1 to 10. 1, obviously, the team has the most points throughout the season so far, and 10 being the team that really sucks and has the least amount of points of all the teams that's in this league. So let's start from the bottom and work our way up. Number 10, Team Elkert at 278.7 points. Wow, that's pretty bad. Let's just say you are 132 points behind the leading team. That's pretty bad. That's like a whole week's worth of scoring, and that's how far you are behind. Number 9 is Team Chewy, which is not shocking since you are 0-3. You do have 70 more points than Team Elkert at 345, but you are the 9th ranked team. Team Jackson, believe it or not, 2-1 is the record, but he is the 8th seeded team, coming in at only 348 points, which is shocking. Only 3 points more than Team Chewy, but because of his pitifully weak schedule, Team Jackson has 2 wins and Team Chewy has 0. The 7th ranked team is Steel City at 1-2 and 355 points. And the 6th ranked team is, believe it or not, Millennial Distress at 2-1 is the 6th ranked team at 375.7 points, which tells me Millennial Distress has been playing some pretty weak opponents. And this winning streak that they had, 2 games and one of the best teams in the league on paper, is going to end here soon because they will come back down to earth and start sucking. The 5th ranked team, now you start getting into teams that are pretty good. 5th ranked team is the Devil Rays. I made fun of your team name, but you can make fun of me because you're pretty good. 376.4 points for Mr. Hopper's Devil Rays, the 5th ranked team of the league. Number 4, Wayne from the Vikings. Believe it or not, you're 1-2, but you have 385 points this year, which tells me you may not suck as badly as I think. You've just played good opponents, and you've come out on top only once. But number 4 is the Vikings. Number 3, this shocked me. One of only 3 teams who have 400 or more points for the season. The Cowboy Killers are the 3rd ranked team, coming in with 400.7 points for the season. I'm surprised. Again, I thought you sucked, and maybe I'm wrong. Just maybe. This number 2 ranked team is by far the best team in the history of this league. And this team is just, it's the fan favorite, the betting favorite in Vegas. It's the favorite on YouTube. It's the favorite on Pornhub. This team is the favorite everywhere. That would be the Browns. At 410.3 points, the number 2 ranked team in this amazingly awesome league. And then the number 1 ranked team, unfortunately, is still the Ohio Irish, who's only 10 points ahead of the Browns, which is 3.3 points per week. So you're barely better than me at 420.2 points, 9.9 points higher than my total, William. I'm coming for you. You're going down. But William and the Irish are ranked number 1 in the league. So congratulations to William for holding my team spot for another week. Let's look ahead to week 4. The week 4 schedule goes like this. The Vikings play the Browns. This could be an epically good game. The Vikings are the 4th ranked team and the Browns are the 2nd ranked team. This, my friends, on paper, could very well be the game of the week. Now, the next matchup, this is going to kind of be another toilet bowl. Team Chewy, the 9th ranked team, playing Steel City, the 7th ranked team. So no one's going to pay attention to this because this is like watching the gutter drain water full of shit. It's no fun and it smells bad. The next game, which on paper, this could be an epic battle. Millennial Distress, the very overrated 2-1 team, is taking on Team Jackson, who's a very overrated 2-1 team. So this is like the battle of the overrateds. It's Britney Spears versus Britney Spears. Team Jackson's the 8th ranked team, and Millennial Distress is ranked number 6. So this could come down to a very close battle. And the last game of the week, and I do believe this is the game of the week, the Irish at 3-0, the number 1 seeded team, the number 1 ranked team in the league, versus the Tampa Bay Devil Rays of David Hopper, coming in at 5th place. So it's the 1 versus the 5. This game could really, really help me out if David Hopper could win this game. So David, please, just for all of America, you have got to beat this Irish clown. So that's when I'm going to make my picks. The Browns and Vikings. Let me think about that. Yeah, I'm picking the Browns by 700 points. That's my over under 700. Chewy versus Steel City. I'm going to say Team Chewy. I'm not even sure if you're still playing. I don't even know if you're doing roster changes. So I'm going to pick Steel City, even though I don't want to. The game that's Millennial Distress versus Team Jackson. The 2-1 and 2-1 is their records. Epic battle. Unfortunately, I'm picking Team Jackson. I don't know why, and I'll probably regret it in the morning. Probably like his girlfriend says every day she wakes up. And the game of the week, the Devil Rays versus the Irish. I'm picking the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. The owner, David Hopper, you're going to win this game. You're going to make America great again. You're going to do it. You're going to beat the Irish. And we're going to go on to make the Irish suck. Because they do. And that is week 4. Now, before I sign off for this week's game, or this week's show, I want to address a rumor that I've been hearing floating around league offices. There was a story about the team president, the league president, doing some nefarious activities to ensure a trade went through faster than some thought it was supposed to go through. Any questions pertaining to this supposed activity needs to be forwarded to the legal department of League President Ragland's legal people. That was supposed to sound professional. It did not. But Johnny Cochran, wait a minute, Johnny Cochran's dead. O.J. Simpson is going to be my lawyer. He was there in court long enough. He should know what the fuck to do. But I'm not going to answer any questions other than to say I did not have sexual relations with that woman. And I did not cheat. I did not manipulate anything. The only thing I'm manipulating is nothing. The only thing I'm cheating about, or cheating on, or cheating with, the only thing I'm cheating about is just that I'm awesome. And I've been lowering my standards to stay equal with you bums. Well, that stops this week. I'm done lowering my standards. And I know, Skip, what's your name? Team, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait a minute, I didn't do all 5 games for next week. That would be Team Elkert. Who's Team Elkert playing? I'm a jerk. Team Elkert's the 10th ranked team, and he must be playing. Let's see here. Millennial Distress has been Jackson Vikings. Vikings? No. Cowboy Killers. Cowboy Killers. Oh yeah, this should be a good epic battle of ass whooping. You got the 3rd ranked Cowboys against the 10th ranked Team Elkert. I picked the Cowboys by 312 points. That's the over-under. But back to the league statement. There was no cheating, and there will be no investigations opened up against the league president because, after watching Trump, having an independent investigation going against the leader is not fun, and no one wants that. So if you guys think I'm cheating, I'm sorry, I'm not. You just suck. Until next time, play safe and don't be fair.